Goddess 777. This is my son Goddess 777. Please like, subscribe, and share. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this about the Carmelo Anthony case. I know it's over with, but it's just something's not sitting right with me, and I am not one to be. I listen to what people say, but I also, go within and it's just not making any sense. A lot of things. I have so many questions, and I just don't see, like, I don't understand. In the beginning of this, it was people saying that they saw a video and they clearly saw that he was allegedly bullied and stuff like that. But now, when it comes to the trial, you notice that nobody has said anything. None of the kids, even the ones that were his friends, nobody leaked any information over this year. Nothing has leaked. No, any information has come out. It's been over a year. Most of the time it would have been leaked on some type of social media, TikTok, or the kids would have talked amongst themselves or something. No information has been leaked. And also, the video that was shown in the trial was only one angle. And I've done some research. I haven't done deep, but I've been doing some research. That video that they showed, it was from one. I think they had like five cameras or something. They had a few angles. I know that it was maybe not five cameras, but it was supposed to be like several different angles. Why was it only shown one angle? And I don't understand. I need to do a little more research into why a gag order was put on everyone. I understand that these were underage children in this trial, but I just got to do some more research because I'm just not up here like talking. I'm doing my own research about this case. I'm not just going off of emotions. I'm not going off of emotions. I'm just trying to I'm doing logical thinking with this. I just don't get why the video coverage that was shown at the trial, it was only one angle and it was very grainy. It was not that clear. It was to the point where it was no voices that the jury could hear that what they were saying. It looked I think it was like so many minutes. I don't even know if that I honestly I feel like the video might have been tampered with. That's my opinion because I'm looking at the beginning of this situation when it first happened. It was people saying that they saw totally different things on that video about somebody being bullied, right? Now, it's allegedly going around that the video that they showed in court was very grainy and there was no voices that the jurors could hear. The prosecution and the court had to tell the jurors what was being said and the actions and stuff of it. All right. Well, if that video had been tampered with, it's a such thing as a forensic data analyst that can actually go in and do metadata. And that meta, you can't lie with metadata. It's gonna tell. I know. I hope the parents, somebody tell the parents that they can actually get a forensic data analysis to do metadata on that video, and they can find out if it was altered or tampered with. That's how you do that. I really don't think that I'm not saying that it was okay for that boy to lose his life. May Austin Metcalf, I've condolences to his family. May he rest in peace. These are children. These are children. These are not grown up people that brains are fully developed. So I could sit here and say, oh, this one is bad. This one, these were children. Boys fight all the time. I was raised with boys. That's all I was basically raised with were boys, cousins, brothers, and they fight and people get injured and stuff like that. Now nobody, no nobody under my vision or observation has passed away, but it's been times when it's got boys fight very violently and stuff like that. And I really think that I really the adults in this situation, the adults made this into a race thing. This wasn't even about race, really. It was two teenage, it was two. Okay, let's say that they were bullies. All right, let's say the brothers jumped them. That happened when I was growing up. We would fight all the time. You go to the neighborhood, you get jumped. We fought. We fought. I'm a girl and we fought. I would fight boys and all that. So growing up, that's what we did. I was a tomboy. I said that these were teenagers that were fighting, and boys and girls fight. I know when I was growing up, that's all we used to do when I was a kid. I grew up with a lot of boys, so I'm experienced with being around little boys, and I'm experienced with being around teenage boys. And I have boys that I have raised as far as nephews and children and stuff like that. Even when I was a child, I would keep children, and I noticed that boys fight. These were teenagers fighting. This wasn't about no skin. These civil rights activists and all these people for the media attention got into it and made it about a race thing. But it just don't make any sense to me. And now that's what they do. That's why I call it a psyop. Because they got into it and made it about black and white. Boys fight all the time. This stuff happens all the time. Now the tragedy was somebody lost a life and made, like I said, condolences to the family. May he rest in peace. I just don't think that somebody that has something to lose and had a track record of not being a criminal, because the boy really hadn't been in no trouble. He was an exceptional student. I don't see where he would just get pushed. Now I can be wrong, but it just don't make sense to me. Like, cause by me observing, being a tomboy, being around boys, being a counselor, having counseled men, women, children, and just how people actions are, human behavior, it just doesn't make any sense to me that because I done been pushed before. I done been, I don't, like I said, I grew up with boys. I've been in fights. I was a tomboy. If you get pushed, that don't even make no sense for you to just, it don't make no sense anyway. But I'm saying just to stab somebody from a push, that don't add up to me. I could be wrong. I'm just saying. And I know this case is over with, and I know that he's been sentenced. In my opinion, I'm not saying that he should have got off scot free and walked out of there into the sunset. That's a harsh sentence for somebody that's brain is not fully developed. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't have got most. Some people feel like he should have got the death penalty and blah blah blah. But I've checked out cases in that same state where it was teenagers that were fighting, and the boys stabbed the boy several times, and he didn't even get 5 years. I'm just comparing cases. Now I'm not doing the skin color thing, even though I know that this justice system is unfair, and I know that a lot of times this corporation was set up for some people to, to end up in certain situations and others. But I'm not trying to do I'm just saying that a lot of the people got into it and made this about race and this and that. And that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was a race thing. I think it was two boys fighting. A tragedy happened. One of them passed away because you know he got stabbed. Okay, that's. I don't think. I think that's. I think that is excessive. I don't know what the situation was. I just don't believe that somebody would get pushed, and then as soon as they get pushed, and now if that's the case, then hey, I'm wrong. But I just don't agree with the video coverage because it seemed to me that it was like five angles. From my research, it was several angles. Why was it only one angle shown, and why wasn't it any voice? Why wasn't the jurors able to hear the voices on that too? And I don't get the fact of it wasn't a jury of his peers. Like, it didn't seem like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why it was only white people on the jury, or Latino people or whatever it was, but it wasn't in any African American people. on that jury, and that I don't get that. Now, whatever the case was, I don't get that. But at the same time, I just don't think it. I think that's, to me, in my opinion, I think that the people got into it for attention purposes and made it into a race thing. I don't feel that, in my opinion, that he, with him having so much to lose, he wasn't just some kid that was, you know what I'm saying, a repeat offender and just out here in the streets and just they trying to make him out to be like he was just a criminal. I just don't see him doing that, which I'm not condoning it either way. I'm not saying that he should have got off scot free, but I think that sentence, in my opinion, looking at other cases that were even worse than that, I think that was a harsh sentence, in my opinion. And I really think I think the video. I may be wrong, but I would, if I was his family, if they could, I would get, just to be sure, I would get a metadata done, because um to see if it's been tampered with. It just don't add up, because it's mighty funny that in the beginning of that trial, it was other people that saw the video and they were saying something totally different than what was said in court. And I mean, allegedly, it's a lot of things going on with people being friends, a judge, and this and that. I mean, and let's admit it. I mean, when you know people and stuff like that, a lot of times they do work together. Even attorneys, a lot of times you can't even trust attorneys in certain cases because they are working both sides. So, it's just a mess all the way around. And then you got, like I said, you got these race baiting people that got involved in you got these civil rights. It wasn't even a race thing. It was teenagers, the high school stuff, fighting and stuff, and a tragedy happened, unfortunately. Yeah. Hey, how y'all doing? YouTube right wing bot. Oh, I get it. Oh, okay. I don't know. It's the photo of a person. It's like a photo of a person. Okay. Well, yeah, I just want to get up here and say that I hope that if they have any suspicions about that video, they will get a forensics analyst to see if it was tampered with, because all types of things happen in the court system. And since they want to make it about race and all this and that, it ain't no telling how to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's possible that he just said, "If you touch me, then I'm gonna get you." And then he pushed him and he boom jabbed him. I just don't see that happening. If he was crazy or something like that, or one of them people that was just, coming up, just lost his mind. But this boy had a lot going for himself. This was he had a 3.7 GPA, no criminal background, exceptional as a hero, and all of that. Now, no matter how the media want to make this out to be a monster, or because unfortunately, when it comes to the race baiting thing, they try to make it out that when a black male is 12 years old and he's a monster if he do something, or he deserved to be charged like an adult or whatever. So I just think that it needs to. I really hope he. I hope it. I hope more research go into. It's just the gag order. I understand the kid, but it looked like some information would have been leaked by now. They must have. Somebody put it. Them kids. They must have been. I don't know. Somebody should have leaked some information or something. It's been quiet as kept. It has to have. They been threat? Are they scared? I mean, I mean, I don't know. And I heard allegedly that the dad was and I get it. Like, if something like that happens, you want your people to have a good name. You don't want stuff to come out. And with the gag order that was given by the judge, a lot of information couldn't come out. But at the same time, the truth gotta come out sooner or later. I'm just saying, I don't think that he should have just walked away scot free. But if it was self defense, I don't know, because from my understanding, from the beginning of this trial, it was a situation where they said it was adults that said they saw the tape, And then all of a sudden they get to court, it's a whole different ball game, and people, is acting like they don't know what happened. The kids is acting like it's a whole like they been MK Ultra. I don't know. It's something ain't right about this though. I just don't see somebody just push me. I know I've been in fights, and I know growing up, you know what I'm saying. I be like, listen, you touch me if you want to. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. That's what we say. Like you do. Hey, you okay? You want to be Billy Badass? Well, then touch me then, and let's see what's gonna happen, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody say. I know that's what we say. Yeah, you gonna do what? You gonna do what to me? Okay then. Well then touch me and see what happened to you. That's hey, that's a normal saying. If somebody messing with you, but I'm just saying it both of it went to an extreme. Nobody should be stabbing nobody, and nobody should be putting their hands on people to force them out of anything. And I've been in situations where I had to have people removed. I never put my hands on nobody to have them removed. I'll put my hands on somebody if they put their hands on me, but I don't remove people out of places. I mean, that's a lot, and that's a lot to stab somebody too. But I just don't see nobody saying I'm gonna push you and then you just gonna stab somebody. I don't see that, and that's my opinion. Of my son got his 777. I could be wrong. I believe that it. You know what I'm saying? That it was. I believe it was a psyop. I know it was race baited because all these civil rights people done got involved with these emotions. You got the Proud Boys involved, the KKK. Then you got the Martin Luther King people on the other side, and they talking about this. It ain't even about that. It won't even never. It won't even never. It shouldn't even have got to that point. 'Cause that put the family in danger. That put that boy in danger. That make the wrong groups get involved in this stuff. And that's these sick minded grown people with these emotional problems dealing with trauma from the past, and they want to bring their stuff into it. Now, when we talking about that thing that happened in South Carolina, oh hell no, that's some bullshit. That right there with Cyrus, with the Cyrus young man. Oh yeah, they said they had black jurors on that trial. Now, when I did my research, it was black jurors on that. It wasn't all black people, but it was a few black people up there. I don't know where the hell they was from, but they damn sure shouldn't have acquitted him. They shouldn't have acquitted him. Ain't no way in the world you gonna chase somebody out of a store and that's self defense. Because when that person left that store with some water, come on now. That ain't no way in the world. That's some crap right there. And that's another psyop too. Even though that's sad, that happened. May Cyrus rest in peace and condolences to his family. But they bring this stuff and give it all this attention. It's stuff going on in these high schools all the time. It's people getting killed. All of a sudden they want to bring this to attention, then stamp it with the race baiting and stuff. That's all I got to say. These will kids fight all the time. They fight. Sometimes people do tragically their life ends. Sometimes it don't. But I just think this did go too far. It went too far. It shouldn't have been where nobody putting their hands on nobody, and it shouldn't have been where nobody got stabbed. But at the same time, I believe this trial was rigged. I believe that things had. I believe the video was tampered with, and I believe them kids were scared to death to be silenced because most of the time somebody would have leaked something. Come on now. Somebody would have said something. All of a sudden, they get to court. They don't want nothing to do with this boy. Which I get it, because this was a loss of life. And like I said, condolences to the family. And that's sad. That's a tragedy. But I'm just saying, ain't nobody said nothing. Like it's quiet. Everybody we on one accord, and he's a bad guy, and it just don't make no sense to me. That's something I done been in plenty of fights growing up. And you know what I'm saying? You gonna fight. We not do. I ain't you push me. I mean, that's bad to put your hands on somebody because, and in the state, in any state, but definitely in the state of Texas, when somebody is coming towards you, and you think they gonna harm you, then that's already assault. When they touch you, that's battery. I mean, look it up. When they coming towards you, that's assault. When they touch you, that's battery. So it's stand your ground laws and all that. So I just feel like it's something is just not right with this case. I believe something in the milk ain't clean. I see all the race warriors done got involved in it and stuff like that. Now the thing in South Carolina, yeah, that is some bull crap. That man should have been sent off. He shouldn't have been acquitted. And I don't know, like I said with Carmelo Anthony, I don't know why it wasn't any melanated people on that jury. I don't know if they dismissed themselves or whatever happened, but that don't seem like a fair trial to me. With all that going on, with there not being any melanated people on that jury, that ain't fair. And on top, and then you gotta have the right melanated people on the jury. You gotta have people that understand the American culture. You know what I'm saying? Not people from other places that don't understand what the hell going on. Cause that's another thing. That's a whole different story right there. And on top of that, you got a judge that's cool with the dad, and then you got the daggone attorney that they probably done sent him. He probably is working both sides anyway. I mean, in my opinion, he probably trying to get a promotion and like, yo, I'm not about to, I'm not about to push it too much because this happened with my family member. I done seen it. I done seen it happen with my family member. They railroaded him, and I was telling my people like, you need to get another attorney because this attorney working both sides. He working with the prosecution. So by me saying that and me really going to court trying to fight for my family member, this was years ago. I'm glad that we are. It was a tough time for our family, but we got through it. But at the same time, when I went to court and I was trying to help, they kept me from going to the sentencing because when they all working together, honey. They all go to play golf and they all trying to get their promotions and all this and that. They were all work together sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. It don't even matter. If you could the family said they should have got a black, you could get a black person, a green person, a blue person. They be working on both sides too, honey. It's not even about skin color. It's about it's a spirit, it's spiritual, but it's also about what somebody stand for too. And most people are compromised. Most people in this matrix you just hoping that you just hoping that you get a good deal out of it. But most people are compromised, and most of the times when you have an attorney, you have to guide that attorney. You can't just leave them to their vices and be like, okay, like I'm gonna go along with whatever. You gotta research, and they didn't know. The family didn't know. Those people are not people that's been in trouble or been in the criminal system or the justice system. They didn't know what type of lawyer they should get. They didn't know any of that. You know what I'm saying? And they hard on them people. What you say, bullshit? I know bullshit. He just had to be a big hero and pull a knife out. I don't know what happened. I know one thing though. I know this. I know I've been in fights as a kid and I've been around boys and I know they fight all the motherfucking time. But I know if a motherfucker beat my ass, if I'm being bullied and I gotta fight two big motherfuckers, I'm gonna use whatever I got to use. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If I feel like I gotta fight for my life and I got something that's sharp and I'm fighting and motherfuckers jumping me, oh yeah, look. You better have thought about your life for you come at me trying to jump me, and that's what I believe. I don't believe nobody gonna just push somebody and stab them. Cause I don't see y'all. A lot of y'all people get on this internet. Y'all ain't busted a grape or did nothing. See, I'm a diverse person. I'm educated, but I got street sense too. I can use my brains and I can use my hands and I know how to use swords and all that kind of stuff. And I've been around people that fight. I've been around nerds and educated people and all that. Y'all don't know about no battling or no warring or no fighting or nothing like that. Y'all ain't busted. Y'all just what y'all do is y'all just talk shit, and then if like right now you talking junk to people on this internet. You got people you got people that can find you. If that person show up where you at and pull up on you, you gonna be like, oh my God, 911, come help me. Y'all ain't even about that life. Y'all don't know about no real fighting and battling. And you're gonna be ready to pull a weapon out. Yeah, pull a weapon out real fast. See, we don't that in my day, we fight. We fight. And that's what I believe. I don't believe the boy just said, okay, you push me, jab. I don't believe that shit. That's y'all. Y'all don't cause y'all are fucking bots. Y'all are fucking TikTok trends followers. Soon as Nick Fuentes get up here, he's a race baiter, and so is some of these melanated people that get up here and boost y'all up and tell y'all, yeah, yeah, we gotta protect our people. They coming for us. They trying to take our women, and they trying to take over. And I'm black fatigue. I don't fall for none of that shit. Cause black fatigue Black Fatigue is written by a black woman that was talking about being tired of what's going on with racism. That's what that came. Y'all, these people always these psyops, these race betas, and I don't care what color they are. They get up here and they want to start all these divide and conquer psyops and shit like that. See, you can't, my mind is stronger than that. My mind is stronger than that. And then you can't move my emotions like that. You're not gonna get me up here mad with the white folks, and I'm ready to go in and listen, because I know that the white folks are puppets. They always have been. And they trying to get them out of the way too. They've been working on the melanated people. They've been working on the melanated people. Been working on that was the blueprint. But they trying to get rid of the Asians. They trying to get rid of the population agenda anyway. It's a big picture out here. All these little race games, motherfuckers playing. They about to draw all the what they trying to draw all the water. Why are we sitting up here worried about skin color? Them motherfuckers got an agenda for all of us. Okay, your color ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter whether you got blue eyes or brown eyes or you got nappy hair or straight hair or whatever. Your skin color ain't gonna matter. They got an agenda for everybody, okay? Yeah. So I'm just saying, I don't co-sign. I know it's racism out here. I know it's racism that does exist. And people been brainwashed and think they better than other people. And because they've been used as puppets for so long, okay? But when the truth hit, it's really gonna hurt. And the truth is, this was teenagers fighting, and it went too damn far. And tragically and sadly, somebody lost a life. That's why people should not be putting their hands on people, and people shouldn't be pulling out weapons if they did pull out a weapon and they was not defending themselves. But I believe that ain't nobody gonna just get pushed and then go jab and stab somebody. I don't believe that because I done been in battles before, and I ain't never seen nobody just push somebody and they just go off and stab them. And I done been around for a while. I done seen a lot of fights. I done been married to boxers and all that. I ain't seen it happen. It can happen. It's possible. It's possible. It happens. I ain't never seen it. I done seen men and boys and women and people fight it out. Now I seen people pull weapons when they feel like, you know what I'm saying, they can't get somebody. Sometimes when they can't get their way clear and they trying to, you know what I'm saying, get away, and they don't want their ass kicked and be beat to death. I done seen people pull out weapons then. Hell, I have. Okay, I'm just saying. And y'all sitting there here talking about some Lord. If that was the if that was the opposite way around, it would be, well, damn. He thought that black boy was going. He thought he defended himself. If that was the opposite way around, and that boy Carmelo Anthony had to pass away, it would have been like, oh, he was defending himself. Not everybody, but it'd have been like, oh, he was defending himself against the angry, crazy, criminally. And then and then Nick Fuentes up here, and the man that passed away, where his wife is the one that Drewski imitated. He'd be up here, oh, he'd be up here, Charlie Kirk. Oh my God, we have to support it. He would have been got a GoFundMe, and everybody would have been happy about that because he defended himself against a dangerous black boy. So yeah, I ain't with that race baiting psyop. I still don't believe that boy just stabbed that man. I could be wrong. I don't believe he just. Cause why would he be say, is he all right? He was in fear. He was in some kind of fear. And of course, kids can be brainwashed and scared to death that you better not say nothing. Y'all better be on the same page. And you think judges that got power and all these powerful people won't work together? They won't work together. Yes, they do. They work. They still. I give them credit. They stick together. They work together. They make their kids work together. Sure will. Yeah, I don't trust that. I don't trust that video. I hope they do a metadata and get a forensic data analysis to see. Now, I want to be proven wrong. Lord knows I do. I want to be proven wrong. I do. I want to be proven that they were right. All he did was push him and he stabbed him. And it ain't no more video coverage that we need to see. And the media ain't covering up. But I know the country that I live in. And I know the agendas that they have. But I could be wrong. And I hope I am wrong. I hope he just said, well, he pushed me and I'm gonna go and stab him. And I want to stab me. I want to stab me somebody today. I hope I'm wrong. But I sadly don't believe that I am. I really don't. I sadly and vaguely don't believe that I'm wrong about my take on all of this. Yep. So that's just my 2 cents. Like I said, I just hope that it get appealed on the grounds that it was mishandled. The jury was unfair. What is it? Let me use my legal terms. It's the what is it, Baton versus Kentucky, the 14th Amendment let me get on my 14th Amendment violations. Also, what you call it when the people are uh uh when they have the relationships that they don't supposed to have with the jurors and the compromise relationships or whatever. Yeah, I hope it get a I hope it's a something done to I mean, I really want to know. Like, I want to know, like, what's the deal? Like, it just seemed like it just don't seem right. It seemed like they were working together to sit him off. Yeah, y'all. I don't think he should have got no 35 years. I'm thinking he should have got something, but not no 35 years. No, no, they didn't give in a case worse than that. They didn't give them people that much time. No. And like I said, this is my son got it 777. That's my opinion. I hope they get a data specialist to do a metadata analysis. And I hope that it's a fair jury. I hope he get an appeal. I know it's gonna take a while because of the appeal, even though they have to file it within 30 days, appeal can take a lot of time. And I heard that somebody said that if he would have walked free, then they would have took him out anyway, and that's sad. Cause it's been so many people that's done walk free, that's done did stuff and was in the wrong, and they still walking around. You know what? It's a change is here. It's a change is here. It really is, and people gonna realize that this was never about skin color. They're gonna realize that we are one, and we should be working together and have some damn common sense and get out of our emotions. You know what I'm saying? Every time you turn around, people got their own agenda and they put people in danger and they risk and destroy lives and use people for the side. Using this boy for a poster child for that racism, Proud Boys and civil rights and all. Ain't didn't they just say the SCLC was going around paying hate groups to commit crimes because they want enough racism stuff going on? All these people be working together. They be working together. They ready to get up here and talk about, oh, we used to be this and this and that and the skin. All these folks got an agenda. They all got an agenda, honey. You better have your own mind and stop being a NPC and stop being moved. That's and energy harvesting. That's what they be doing. Energy harvesting. Oh, it's the end of my race, and these people gonna take all my women, or oh, they gonna, they always. Mm. They got it in for everybody. Yeah, the melanated people was a blueprint, but they coming for all y'all. They coming for all. You can sit here and play these games with these different hate groups. They coming for everybody. They coming for everybody. They use us as we what they can't do. They can't do too much more to us. They done did all they could do. They could now y'all gonna join the party. Yep. But and I mean, to me, it don't bother me to see black people talking about they can't wait to see this boy get sentenced and they glad and he need more. That's them. I don't look at people that's my skin color as my people. I don't even look at some of my family members as my people because I know they of that bloodline. Them people not my people. They not we don't have the same spirit. Just because you my same skin color, not you not my people. Cause I don't mess with everybody. Cause the same skin color don't mean that you not an agent. The same skin color, it don't mean that you not a reptilian, a clone, an NPC, or an agent that they done sent. So all this about they shouldn't have got no white lawyer. Fuck all that. They got the melanated ones out here too working, honey, working hard for the money, and some of them they be worse than some of them be worse. So you can't. It's a spiritual thing, and don't. I hope the family don't beat themselves up because when you're not used to dealing in that criminal justice and dealing with them judges and look, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. I've helped people, get out of a lot of stuff and help them with their cases and stuff like that. And I'm privy to knowing things and knowing how they move and different things like that. A lot of times you don't when you go into those places, you have to know what you're doing. You can't just put all your trust in an attorney. You have to put your trust within yourself, and you have to be spiritually guided too. You really do. It's not just about, well, I got this lawyer that I paid and I trust this attorney and I know he got my back. No, you have to be having your discernment. You got to be on your logical stuff. You got to be discerning to know that people can be bought and sold, and they can be what I'm saying, flipped too. It's they get a deal. A lot of times they're gonna work that deal from that other side. They might be being paid more, or they might say, hey, listen, if you look over this and help us get this person convicted, then we're gonna move you to a high position. Now, man, I'm just trying to tell you, you just gotta be on you gotta have your spiritual eyes, physical eyes. Like when you dealing with this system, when you dealing with this matrix, you know what I'm saying? It's just tricky, and the family don't seem they seem like very, very people that's not like into, worldly, not like where they just seem like not it just regular folk that just go to work and then stay to themselves and we're just trying to, I guess, don't really know they surround they shit. Honey, I done been in school where I was the only black person in it. I done work jobs where I was the only black person, melanated person too. The thing about me is I be aware of my surroundings. I be aware of when I'm in snakes in the grass. I don't, I don't too much look at skin color. I do see it. I know racism exists, and I've been through it. I've been through racism and stuff like that, and I've been in situations where I done been people done try to get me and take me out, set me up, all this. I done been through all that. It's been people that look like me. It's been the people of the other races and all that too. But my thing is, you have to be aware. Sometimes when we put these kids in these certain neighborhoods and these places, it's not all peaches and cream. The grass ain't all green. Sometimes it's best to have balance. You know what I'm saying? You thinking like, oh, I done got out of the hood. I done moved on up. And I'm not living, around this one and that one. Man, shit. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful because I mean, I've been in situations where I was in private school and I was the only, basically the melanated person, and I was very careful. And I noticed, even though you be there, you know what I'm saying, they still got, you know what I'm saying, they even though you might be in there with them, you know what I'm saying, they don't they it's some that's cool, but you still got some that don't really want you in They don't really want you in their group. They don't really want you in. I don't know what it is. It might be racism. It could be jealousy sometimes. And sometimes it don't even be about the skin color. It be jealousy and stuff too. People be jealous. You be thinking, oh, they don't like me because of my skin. It be jealousy. A lot of most of this racism ain't nothing but obsession and jealousy. Jealousy and insecurity and mental illness, Cause by now, we should not be worried about no damn skin color and all this what you call it, superficial BS. We should be past that by now. We should be past all that all this stuff going on with these people eating babies and they got their agendas where they trying to take all the human beings out. We worried about this little penny ante mess about. I mean, we ain't got over our traumas yet. We ain't healed. We ain't got over our insecurities yet. Our mental illness and our possessions. What? He could have walked away. He couldn't have walked away if he was getting his ass kicked. If he was getting beat up, y'all believe the media? After Trump done told y'all NPCs is fake news. Y'all believe the media? Y'all believe that the video might not been tampered. He could have walked away. How you know he didn't try to walk away? I'm just saying he could have possibly said, "Oh, you pushed me, so I'm gonna stab you." He could have possibly said that. But what? Let's say if he did try to walk away. Let's say if everybody, all this stuff circulating, them boys really was jumping his ass and beating his ass, and they were bullying him, and he is a little guy. Let's say if he was, what if he was trying to walk away? Were you there? Cause I wasn't there. I don't know. He could have tried to get away. Y'all so sure. I'm not even that sure. And I don't believe the hype. Y'all are sure. Y'all act like y'all were right there at that damn track meet. I mean, damn. Y'all act like y'all was sitting right there. And if he did, I'm even saying he should have not, maybe he shouldn't have maybe he should have got time, but not no 35 years. I don't think he just walked out there and said, I'm gonna kill me a motherfucker today. I'm just gonna kill somebody. Cause if he was that ready to take somebody out, wouldn't he have came out there and banged up the school or something? I don't think that was premeditated. I really don't. I think it was me, in my opinion, being that that's a melanated man that was a teenager. I really believe, excuse us, I really believe that he was in self defense, and I could be wrong. I believe that. I believe that, and I could be wrong. I ain't saying I'm right. I believe they played and set it up and worked together. I believe his lawyer, because I believe if he would have had a melanated lawyer in that situation, that melanated lawyer might. It's a possibility now. It's a possibility in Texas they might would have been on his team. It is. It's a possibility because we got some good attorneys. We got some good doctors. We got some good attorneys. We got some good people in all sectors. Everybody's not compromised, but a lot of them are. So he could have possibly got a good attorney. Hell, he could have possibly got a good Caucasian attorney that they couldn't flip. But whoever his attorney was probably might have been being man, shit. Some of these people you ain't even gotta threat them. All you gotta do is get them a damn happy meal and a cigar, and they'll flip on you. So they send people. They probably sent that attorney for them people. And they probably put it in their ear like, don't get no black attorney. Don't get no black. And they didn't know. Cause I was upset with my family member because they didn't listen to me when I told them their lawyer was compromised and they need to get another attorney. I was upset at first, but they didn't know either. They just go to work, go to school, come home. They not used to dealing with that crooked ass criminal justice system. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. They don't have discernment and know how to pick up on energies and look at people body language. And see, I be looking at how they be moving in these rooms and how they energy connect with each other. I be like, oh, okay, they get together then after they be hanging out after court. These motherfuckers friends. They might be family members. They might be their brother-in-law or something on the low, their sister wife. I don't know. They might be having a little ditty stuff going on. I be picking up on energies and all that. So everybody came, everybody came rocking like that. I remote view on your ass. I'd be like, oh, they connected. Ooh, I felt that vibe. They know each other. So the prosecutor in here and the defense attorney cool like that. And the judge. See, I be picking up all that stuff. But yes, this has been Monster and Goddess 777. Please like, subscribe, and share. I hope we do get an appeal. And I hope they get a data analysis forensic person to look at the metadata. You can't hide that. That doesn't lie. And like I said, condolences to the Medcalf family. That was a tragedy. It went too far. And yeah, children fight. Teenagers do fight. They fight. And I wish he would have walked away. Hell, I wish he wouldn't even went to that damn thing. But I heard that he been going, but them boys weren't there. This is what I allegedly heard, that they were suspended when he went. But the other kids, when that bullies came back, allegedly they were bullies. Then the other kids, changed up. But he had been going to that track meet or whatever. That's what I heard. I don't know. It's so many stories with this, but I'm doing my own research, and I'm not getting any emotions or doing the race dance and all this and that, which I know there's a big people just get into that, and he's a black boy, so I know he's a hoodlum, and he took out a white boy, so he deserved to die. But you can't be like that when you got to think about it. You got to think about these melanated people. They feel a certain type of way because they feel like it's been many times that they people were taken out, and y'all and the other cultures walk. Look at that Cyrus thing down there in South Carolina. That Asian man had no business doing what he did and getting a. I don't know what kind. I want to know what kind of melanated jurors was on that jury. I wonder who was on that jury. I want to know who was on that jury down there. Something is they sending people? Who is the jury compromised, honey? You got to be careful sometimes with these jurors too. That 12 in a box. I don't know where they get some of these people from. I don't know, cause nah, ain't nowhere in the world that child, Rick Child, should have been acquitted. Okay, he chased him down and he pulled out a pistol. So that mean that he was self-defense. Ain't no way. When you left your store and ran, you and your son did all that running. No, you shouldn't have did that. No, you don't chase nobody. Where you think you at? You ain't over there in Vietnam. You over in America. See, that's the thing. People just people feel they're too entitled to be able to put their hands on people and chasing people down. And see, had that boy pulled that gun and used it, then it'd have been a different story. It'd have been a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? It'd have been a whole different story. Oh, he don't supposed to have no gun. Well, people have guns in America. You know what I'm saying? It's not a third world country. People have weapons and stuff. They have pocket knives. I mean, people have pocket knives. People have guns. People have weapons on them. You just have to. You need to keep your hands to yourself and don't be fucking touching people, chasing people down, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, really, people just too entitled. I ain't saying nobody should be. But if you handling people a certain kind of way, I mean, it look like you be asking for something. You know what I'm saying? Keep your hands to yourself. Leave people alone. You can't just. I've never. You gonna tell somebody to get out of something, then you gonna just remove them? Come on. Yeah, you can walk away, but I mean, it's a way to talk to people. I mean, bullies. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't never really cared too much for no bullies anyway. I ain't never cared too much for no bullies. But at the same time, I don't know. I hope I'm wrong though. This has been Monster and Goddess. I hope they get a metadata done on that video because it's gonna tell if it was altered. I think it was. I think the whole thing. The jury was compromised. The judge, the prosecuting attorney, all of them, the defense, all of that mess. 30 some years. Come on, they didn't give. They didn't give them other people that kind of time in the same state for worse a crime, where they stabbed a person more than once. So, and no, he shouldn't have did that. But at the same time, nobody shouldn't have been trying to remove him either. He don't own him. So this has been my son got it 777. Y'all have a wonderful Thursday and keep your emotions intact. Go within, work on healing. Don't let these people drain your energy. And don't fall for these divide and conquer tactics. I mean, it's sad. It's a real situation and it's sad, but these people have taken it and made it into their agenda. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care what happens years from now when this family, what I'm saying, got to deal with the pieces of how this has affected each family, on both sides, not just Carmelo, but the men. They don't care. It's just they got an agenda and they trying to get attention and spread their agenda or get their outcome they're trying to get. They don't care about these people. They just sacrificial lambs, honey. Sacrificial lambs. I hope everything work out to the point where the truth will come to the light. The truth will come to the light. Yep. And condolences to the people that are grieving and protection to the people that look like they gotta run for their life. They can't gotta keep moving and everybody. And why would so if these other people can get their GoFundmes and all that, they allegedly took his go. Y'all that worried about that man GoFundMe? I mean, really, after all the stuff these other people do to people, but they worried about that GoFundMe. I tell you. These people don't know when to stop. This stuff be a test too. People don't know when to stop. People do not know when to stop. And when you don't have mercy on people, it will be no mercy showed on you. When you don't have no compassion for people, I have compassion for both sides. I do. I do, cause that's a loss of a child on both sides. Except one of them is gonna be put away, and the other one is gone. You know what I'm saying? And he passed away tragically. But at the same time, I mean, you got to think like whatever you put out, whatever energy you put out, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back to you. It's gonna come back. Is this really about getting justice for the Medclef family, or is this about or is it about getting justice for Carmilla Anthony, or this is about what you got going? Go examine yourself. Is this about what you got going on within you about racism, or you have problems with, you know what I'm saying, certain colors of people? You think you are entitled to touch them and you entitled to have better outcomes, or are you feeling like you've been wronged and you using this boy as a crutch? You know what I'm saying? These two teenagers, this tragic situation. Are you reflecting on this from some shit you going through and you ain't got over? You know what I'm saying? And getting all in your feelings about something that you feeling some type of way about. I mean, cause if that's the case, it's time for some work to be done from within, some heart space, some healing. I mean, cause this ain't what this is about. Everything you can't make everything about you and your emotions and what happened to you and how you feel like you being wrong and it's these people fault and it's these black people fault, it's these white people fault, blah 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 blah. Anyway. Y'all have a wonderful day. I just had to give my 7777 cents. All right. Like, subscribe, and share.